Good evening. It is 10 p.m. here in Seoul. I am Madi, the AI anchor with the headline news. Typhoon Shanshan continued its journey across Japan on Friday, causing torrential rain and disrupting transportation. The storm has been dubbed one of the strongest typhoons ever to hit the country. Shanshan first made landfall on the island of Kyushu on Thursday, and though it had weakened by Friday morning, winds of up to 126 kilometers per hour were still blowing as it moved northeast across the archipelago. The typhoon has taken the lives of at least 5 people, including a family of 3, and more than 100 have been injured. Transportation has been disrupted, including bullet trains, ferry and rail services, as well as airlines, with Japan Airlines and All Nippon Airways canceling more than 600 of their flights for Friday. Israel and Hamas have agreed to temporarily suspend some military operations in Gaza so that polio vaccines can be administered safely. According to the WHO, the pause in fighting in central Gaza will take place for 3 days starting on September 1st between 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. to vaccinate 650,000 children under the age of 10. After that, temporary pauses in fighting will take place in southern and northern Gaza for 3 days each, to administer the polio vaccines. The health organization added that the two sides agreed to extend the pause to 4 days if necessary. 1.26 million doses of polio vaccines have already arrived in Gaza, with a second dose needed 4 weeks after the first. Most of the Koreans who recently traveled to Israel to attend a religious event have returned home. The Foreign Ministry said around 140 Koreans who were visiting Israel have safely left the country. They were among 180 people who entered the country last week, ignoring the travel warning issued for the region. The ministry strongly urged those remaining in Israel to leave as soon as possible. Amid escalating tensions in the region, a level 4 travel ban, the highest on South Korea's travel warning system, has been issued for the border area between Israel and Lebanon. A level 3 ban is in place for the rest of the two countries. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan reaffirmed Washington's commitment to complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula during talks with his Chinese counterparts in Beijing. The remarks were made at a press conference on Thursday as Sullivan wrapped up his 3-day visit to China. It also came amid concerns over the lack of reference to denuclearizing the Korean Peninsula from both U.S. Democratic and Republican parties at the recent national conventions. Sullivan also stressed the importance of maintaining peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait, and that Washington's One China policy has not changed. South Korea's industrial production contracted for 3 consecutive months, reflecting sluggish domestic demand, according to data from Statistics Korea on Monday. Industry production decreased by 0.4% in July, compared to the previous month, due to a downswing in the manufacturing and retail sectors. Semiconductor production decreased by 8% and automobile production decreased by more than 14%, with the latter being the largest drop since May 2020. The downswing was attributed to factors including labor strikes at auto parts companies. Retail sales, which indicate trends in goods consumption, also fell by 1.9%. That brings us to the end of tonight's AI headline news. Thank you for watching. Good night.